Hi, I'm Ryan Finelli. I did the dialogue Boys Don't Cry, which is about stereotypes and basically conforming to society. So for like the first few questions, was it a dialogue? I'd say yeah, it was. The majority of the kids participated throughout the discussion. There were a few reserved kids who didn't talk as much, but for the most part, everyone played like a good, decent role in helping out the discussion. Um, for the kids who didn't talk, it was most likely because they're either shy or just weren't really comfortable expressing how they felt about it. The class was probably 90% guys. There were only 2 or 3 girls, and maybe for some boys it was harder for them to admit if they had situations where they cry or if they, found it acceptable to cry, whatever it may be. Some kids just decided not to talk. Um, what role did I play? I talked probably like one of the most out of all the kids. I I didn't feel uncomfortable sharing, my experiences and stuff and how I feel on the topic, so I didn't find that to be too hard for me. Um, the next question says, like, why do we have a new student dialogue section in CU1000? I think that it's important to be able to have a discussion with other people that's, not just facts going back and forth, but actually like delving into topics that are, relevant with society. As times are changing and stuff, it's good to talk about, what roles we play in society and that kind of thing. So I think that's why it's in CU1000. It's important to have that aspect, where you can relate to other people. Like in the workforce, you're going to need to be able to talk to people and be personable. So to feel comfortable doing that is very important. So that's probably why I threw it in here, to have that experience and feel comfortable in those kind of situations. Now, as far as the topic goes, like what is it all about? Basically, it's saying that boys in society are viewed as the more powerful sex. They usually aren't supposed to express emotions like females are. That's like the basic stereotypes. So my class spent a lot of time talking about, okay, what are the stereotypes in society? Like what makes a man masculine? A lot of stuff we threw out there was like what goals we're pursuing. We're pursuing women, like cars, specifically trucks. We're pursuing athletic achievement and stuff. And then some kids argued, well, why can't girls achieve all of those things or, aspire to have those things? And then we all agreed, okay, yeah, they can, and they do pursue those same interests that guys do. Then we got to the topic of, okay, now, like, is it okay for boys to cry? Like, are we comfortable with that? And the general consensus was that the majority of guys would be uncomfortable if they saw one of their guy friends crying, and they really wouldn't know what to do. A lot of the girls in the class said that they'd be comfortable with it. And we tried delving into why exactly that was, and we all kind of agreed that it came back to those same stereotypes that were brought up as earlier, is that men are supposed to exhibit masculinity, and by doing so, that means that they define themselves as someone who doesn't express emotions too much, someone who's strong in the core as well, so physically and emotionally, and crying takes away from that masculine essence. So a lot of guys decide not to, reach out to their friends or express their emotions through crying because they're scared of what their friends will think, they're scared of what society will think, and it kind of interferes with the goals they have for themselves. Personally, I think it's definitely okay for guys to cry. If you're going to cry, it's going to be for a reason that, really hurts you and makes sense to you. And if you want to express yourself that way, that's fine. I don't think anyone's going to judge. If you need to find someone you can go to let out those emotions, whether that be a friend, a family member. I've had a couple instances in my lifetime, obviously, where I've cried, and you just talk to someone that you feel comfortable with, And I'm sure that if they love you as a friend or a family member, that they'll be comfortable with you expressing your emotions like this, regardless of whether you're a male or a female. So obviously, society has it that guys shouldn't cry, but is that necessarily right? No, it's not. Guys should be able to cry just like girls, but there's a lot of pressure, inward pressure from society, saying otherwise. So times are changing, but as of now, guys are looked down upon by society if they express, excessive emotions and stuff like that. But I'm sure that as time progresses, it'll be more socially acceptable in the future. And I hope we see a lot of progress from that. Thank you.